morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to explain you the chapter Who Did Patrick's Homework. So let's start. Patrick never did homework. Too boring, he said. He played hockey and basketball and Nintendo instead. This means that Patrick never did homework. He said too boring. Then he would play hockey and basketball and Nintendo instead. Then his teachers told him, Patrick, do your homework or you won't learn a thing. And it's true. Sometimes he did feel like an ignoramus, but for what could he do? He hated homework. So his teachers told him, Patrick, do your homework or you won't learn a thing. Then sometimes he would even feel like an ignoramus. So what his teachers told was true. Ignoramus means an ignorant person who lacks education. So then, one day, he found his cat playing with a little doll and he grabbed it away. To his surprise, it wasn't a doll at all, but a man of the tiniest size. He had a little wool shirt with old fashioned breeches and a high tall hat, much like a witch's. So, one day, Patrick found his cat playing with a little doll. But when he grabbed the doll, he was surprised. It wasn't the doll. It wasn't a doll. It was a man of the tiniest size. So he's telling the description of his clothes he wore. So he had a little wool shirt with old-fashioned breeches and a high tall hat, much like a witch's. Over here you can see two rhyming words, witches and breeches. So over here, breeches, or short trousers. The writer here spells it for fun to rhyme with the word witches. The man of tiny size yelled, Save me! Don't give me back to that cat. I'll grant you a wish, I promise you that. So the man of the tiniest size yelled, Save me! Don't give me back to that cat. I'll grant you a wish, I promise you that. Patrick couldn't believe how lucky he was. Here was the answer to all of his problems. So, in the starting of the chapter, we read that Patrick hated homework. So, let's see what was the answer to all of his problems. So, he said, Only if you do all my homework till the end of the semester, that's 35 days. If you do a good enough job, I could even get A's. The little man's face wrinkled like a dishcloth thrown in the hamper. He kicked his legs and doubled his fists, and he grimaced and scowled and pursed his lips. Oh, am I cursed? But I'll do that. So the little man became very angry after listening to this. Patrick said him to do his homework. And true to his word, that little elf began to do Patrick's homework. So the little elf began to do Patrick's homework. Over here, hamper means a basket with a lid. Dishcloth means a cloth used for washing dishes. And Grimace scowled and pursed his lips, meaning his face had these expressions showing disgust, anger, and disapproval. Then except there was one glitch. The elf didn't always know what to do, and he needed help. Help me, he'd say, and Patrick would have to help in whatever way. So the little elf began to do Patrick's homework, but there was one glitch. He would always say, help me, and then Patrick had to come and help him in any way. So glitch means an informal word. So it's an informal word, a fault in a machine that prevents it from working properly. The synonyms of glitch are here, hitch, or problem. I don't know this word. The elf squeaked while reading Patrick's homework. Get me a dictionary. No, what's even better? Look up the word and sound it out by each letter. So the elf squeaked that he does not know that word, and he said that get me a dictionary. And what's even better? Look up the word and sound it out by each letter. When it came to maths, Patrick was out of luck. What are times tables? The elves shrieked. We elves never need that. Means the elves are never educated because in maths they don't know what are times tables. So Patrick was out of luck. He's reading, and explaining the elves. My God. And addition and subtraction and division and fractions. Here sit down beside me. You simply must guide me. Elves know nothing of human history. To them, it's a mystery. So elves even don't know human history. So Patrick also had to do that. So the little elf, already a shouter, just got louder. Shouter and louder over here are rhyming. Go to the library. I need more books. I need books. More and more books. And you can help me read them too. As a matter of fact, every day, in every way, the little elf was a knack. Patrick was a drag. He was staying up nights, had never felt so weary, was going to school with his eyes puffed and bleary. So, in this, the elf was a nag. So, nag, the meaning of nag is one who troubles someone all the time by complaining or asking them to do something, and drag, an informal word, something dull and uninteresting. Puffed and wearily. Finally, the last day of school arrived. So, the last day of school arrived, the last day of semester, completing the semester, and the elf was free to go. As for homework, there was no more. So, there was no more homework, so he quietly and slyly slipped out of the back door. Slyly means secretively. So, what happened was that the last day of school arrived, and the elf was free to go. All the homework was done. So he quietly and slyly slipped out of the back door. Patrick got his ace. His classmates were amazed. His teachers smiled and were full of praise. And his parents, they wondered what had happened to Patrick. So Patrick got A's in his exams. His classmates were very amazed. His teachers smiled and were full of praise. And his parents, they wondered how, what had happened to Patrick, how he became so good. Good boy. He was now the model kid. He was now the model kid. Cleaned his rooms, did his chores, was cheerful, never rude. So, chores, the meaning of chores is work that must be done every day, often boring. Like he had developed a whole new attitude. Attitude, the meaning of attitude is a feeling about someone or something. You see, in the end, Patrick still thought he had made that tiny man do all his homework. But I'll share a secret. Just between you and me. It wasn't the elf. Patrick had done it himself. The story is written by Carol Murray. Thank you, everyone. Subscribe my channel, like my video, and share this video. Thank you. and have a nice day.